Hello, welcome. This is 5 Minutes with KeRusso. Thank you again for tuning in. I want to share with you one last video from the teachings of Jesus in Matthew 13. Now, by no means have we covered this exhaustively, but I hope that we've given you enough so that you can explore this on your own and you can discover what Jesus is saying to you in these parables. The verse I want to share with you, or the part of Matthew 13 that I want to share with you, is actually at verse 52, where Jesus has this statement: "Therefore, every teacher of the law who has become a disciple in the kingdom of heaven is like the owner of a house who brings out of his storeroom new treasures as well as old." Now, other translations might say, "Who has been every teacher of the law who has been instructed about the kingdom of heaven." But however you read it, Jesus is saying something positive here about teachers of the law. Now, that might seem really far out, because when you look at like Matthew chapter 5, Jesus says to anybody who wants to be a disciple, he says, "Unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will never get into the kingdom of heaven." You think about Matthew chapter 23, where Jesus will say over and over again, "Woe to you, teachers of the law, and you Pharisees, you hypocrites." He'll call them whitewashed tombs. He'll call them blind guides. He'll call them snakes and vipers. He'll say, "How are you going to escape being condemned to hell?" Jesus just really doesn't have anything positive to say about teachers of the law. But here in chapter 13, he does. And as far as I know, as I can recall, it's the only place in the Gospels where Jesus has something positive to say about teachers of the law. Well, how is that possible when he has so many negative things to say to them in other places? Well, it's actually fairly simple when you take this verse in its context, because this is a contrast to what Jesus said to his disciples back earlier in his teachings. Remember in chapter 13, verse 10, the disciples came to him and said, "Why do you speak to the people in parables?" And Jesus says, "Because the knowledge of the secrets of the kingdom has been given to you, but not to them. Whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have, will be taken away from them." Now let me paraphrase that for you. Jesus is saying, I'm teaching you, those who want to be my disciples, because you have a heart for wanting to hear what I have to say, and for who I am, and for what this kingdom is about. You're willing to listen to me. But these other folks, like those teachers of the law, those Pharisees, the crowd that don't have a heart for me, they've been given an opportunity, but they're going to lose that opportunity. It's going to be taken away from them. But you are going to be given more. And then Jesus begins to give those who want to be his disciples, those 12 guys, he begins to give them more. They're going to become his teachers of the law, not these other guys who had stopped listening to him, or who refused to listen to him, never listened to him. It's these 12 guys and people like him who are going to become his teachers of the law. And to those people, he's going to give the storeroom of riches that they can draw from to bless other people. So here's the upshot of all this. You can be somebody who's very religious, somebody who's very locked into what you've learned, but not able to hear Jesus. And Jesus says he'll take away the blessings that you've been given. He's not going to use you. He can't use you. But if you will listen to him and you'll become a follower of his, there's opportunities for you to become one of his teachers, a person who can bless many other people. That's what's going on here. So there's a warning and there's an opportunity that Jesus presents to people in this third block of his teachings. The warning is, if you don't listen to him, you're going to lose, and lose big. But if you will listen to him, if you'll follow him, he's going to bless you so that you can bless other people. You're going to become one of his teachers. So I want to encourage you with that. Listen to Jesus. Become one of his teachers. Follow him. So that's what I have for you today. When we pick up again, we're going to start getting into Matthew chapter 18, that fourth block of teaching. So touch back with us on Monday, okay? Leave any comments. Send me an email at booksbykerusso@gmail.com. You can be blessed by Jesus. Receive those blessings by following him.